Hey, everybody, how you guys doing? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Put down in the chat where you guys coming from, what you guys do, and also what's your biggest dream, what's your biggest why, okay? So I'm also going live on all the other platforms. I look away, that's where I'm looking at, okay? But yeah, I'm right here with you. We're gonna make it an amazing day today. Any questions, definitely I will answer. And let's make it happen. Who in here want to get absolute financial freedom? Okay, I'm talking about not just money, but time freedom, relationship freedom, and location freedom. You can literally work from anywhere around the world. Retired when I was 33, 7 years ago, and since then we help hundreds of people just like you to get retirement or absolute financial freedom as well. Okay, so how many in here will want absolute financial freedom with real estate without having to own any real estate, without having to have any employees, without having to have any experience as well? Okay, I promise you, you stay with me to the end here. I will give you the exact blueprint on how you can do this as well. Within 6 months, you can make six figures or more, and then travel around the world like I did. We just got back from 3 months of Costa Rica. I love that, and then we decided last minute to go to Tulum because somebody in Costa Rica told us about Tulum. So, and then we made it our goal, that our dream is to book a one-way ticket to a country, and however long we like it, that's how long we stay. So that's we only, was gonna stay in Costa Rica for 2 weeks, but it became like 2.5 months, and then Tulum for 2 weeks. So that was incredible, right? Stuff like that. Last year we went to the Olympics for Paris. That's only once in 100 years, right? And then Santorini, Greece. We've seen the most spectacular fireworks in Paris overlooking the Eiffel Tower, right? So those are the memories, the experience that you can never replace. So those are the kind of freedom that this business can allow you to do, okay? So what I ask you to do, all I ask you is just being open-minded and give your full attention for this next hour. It will change your life. Can you do that? Okay? That's all we ask for, in exchange for this free class. I'm gonna cover as much as I can for my 20 years experience as an entrepreneur, 10 years in corporate housing, made millions of dollars, and learn from billionaires. So if you want to learn what I learned from all these amazing billionaires behind me here, then stick around, okay? All I ask for is your undivided attention, and I promise to do everything in my power in the next hour here to make it worth your while. Sounds good? And the longer you stay, the more I can give you, okay? So, how that went from a trapped corporate slave, immigrant with absolutely nothing, to become the foremost expert, the number one trusted mentor in America for this whole industry, okay? Now I get financial freedom as well. So I'm gonna share this with you here. So again, you don't have to own any property. You don't have to have an employees or real estate experience, okay? So let's see, and invested over $1 million into myself, into my mindset and my strategy. Travel all over the world to learn from the biggest mentor billionaire like Tony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, right? Grant Cardone, all these amazing billionaires. So what I learned from them, I would still give you the gems of what I learned. Sounds good? Awesome. So I discovered the one vehicle that helped me get absolute financial freedom. The one vehicle, okay? I learned from the right people, and I refuse to give up, right? Whether I play poker with Grant Cardone on his yacht, I won the poker game and I donate all to his foundation to help the kids, or jumping in the hot plunge and the cold plunge in Tony Robbins' backyard, literally his mansion. That was incredible. Or play chess with Richard Branson on his own island. The man literally on his own island that's worth about $400-500 million, and it's worth about $5 billion, right? What do you say when you are around these giants, right? What do you learn from them? How do they think? Why do they? I'm like the only Airbnb coach I wouldn't say Airbnb coach, but I'm just saying out of all the coach in real estate coach actually, they're actually able to say that I can hang out with all these billionaires and they call them my mentors, right? So that says a lot about, they don't just hang out with anybody, right? So that's something to think about when you think about who should be your mentor and on who is your community that you should be a part of, because we are the number one for corporate housing, insurance housing. I'll go over that as well. It's not just what I've done, what I can do for my community. So for example, these two students met in our community and they team up, they became partner, and boom, they got two properties right away, making more than their full-time job make, okay, very quickly. And we're talking about insurance housing. So how would you like to get 3-4 months booking and pay in advance for insurance housing? That's what we're going to talk about. Like Sunny here had the 3-month booking pay in advance for an insurance clients who are going through renovations, and the insurance will pay for that, right? So what's possible? Anything's possible. Put down in the chat, what's your dream? What's your goal? What is it? If time and money is no object, if you can do anything you want, what would it be? It will be around the world trip like I did, or will be retire my parents as well. I did that as well. Or if you're a mom, like these two moms came to me frustrated, burnout, Ann and Amanda. They have little kids and they've worked full time and they don't know how they're gonna make it work. Within a few months, we helped them to make 20,000-30,000 a month, and they retire within literally a few months, travel around the world with their kids, and have time freedom, money freedom, relationship freedom, and location freedom. That's what I'm talking about, ultimate freedom, okay? Our coaches, our advisor, our graduate from our mentor. That's why it's a good program where the product of the products agree to help other students as well. Like and it doesn't matter what your background. We have Uriah here as a truck driver, with no credibility, no like degrees, anything like that. Within 6 months, he makes 6 figures. Within a year, he had 20, probably making more than doctors make. The most important part is his business now is doing more than what surgeon would make. But the best part is he's only work about a few hours a week, literally 4-hour work week. That's the best part, right? And as well, same thing, few hour work a few hours a week, and now they're able to travel around the world and help a lot of people. So my goal is to show you how to make 6 figures throughout Airbnb, beyond Airbnb that nobody know about, without owning any property, and nobody else is teaching this out there in the marketplace as well. I was one who went viral on social media many years ago to get people to know about this, because everybody's talking about Airbnb, and I've been telling you, everybody, that hey, don't do vacation rental, is saturated, is super regulated, and you don't make, you really, at the end of the day, you don't make much profit, because there's a lot of gaps in between, and there's a lot of damages, there's a lot of headaches involved with that. But anyway, I will go over that. But before I got started, I was an immigrant from a third world country. We literally sleep on one tiny bedroom, my mom, my dad, my sister, and we didn't know any English, right? So started at absolutely nothing. And how did I get to where I am? So we've been taught what's the American dream? Go to school, get good grade, become doctor, lawyer, right? So, I did everything that society told me to do. I went to school, I got straight A's, study hard, very doesn't party, sacrifice everything, become a doctor, become a pharmacist. And I thought I made it. I was like, my first year graduated, like, Mom, Dad, don't worry about a thing. I'm going to retire you guys, everything good. Next thing I know, I climbed the corporate ladder to the top. I won the Pharmacy of the Year award, but they sat me down. They gave me more work. They gave me like a 2% raise, which doesn't even keep up with inflation. And they cut my staff by 30% because they know that I can handle it. I'm like, this is not the American dream I signed up for, right? How many feel that way, right? So I work in 40, 50 hours a week, drive an hour to work, an hour home, and get punished by performing. Great. So I was like, hey, there's gotta be a better way. How many in here ever feel like there's gotta be a better way, right? And I feel trapped at your job, right? On top of that, my mom at the time was diagnosed with cancer too. So I was like, I gotta make something fast. So then I try every single thing. Anybody in here tried drop shipping before? Multi-level marketing, day trading, open your own franchise, multifamily, being a realtor, traditional real estate? Of course, right? We all have tried it. And I'm here to tell you that none of these actually work because all of these are more of a job, more of an active income, right? For example, drop shipping, you're making 20 bucks per item pretty much, but there's like thousands of items. You have thousands of customers, thousands of all kind of customer service issue. Of course, right? You don't want to do that, okay? So multi-level marketing, it sounds great, Joy, you know, stalking people and call your friends and family. Well, at the end of it, you don't got no friends and family left. Just kidding there. But multi-level marketing, hey, you're making a little bit of a lot of people. There's thousands of people you got to manage to make even six-figure income, right? So it's crazy. And then day trading, everybody make money from the market and feel like you're a genius. I did that too during the pandemic, and before that too. I made a lot of money and then I lose it all in like a few days. I'm like, what happened? That happened several times. The reason why is we are retail traders who are facing a team of professional traders on the other side are working day and night to take your money. Okay, so it's pretty much gambling, and unless you do it professionally, it's not worth it. And even if you do it professionally, working 10, 15 hours studying the craft, you are still behind because you have teams of people, hedge funds of hundreds of the brightest, youngest, most energetic that were willing to outwork you and outpace you because they have a team effort. You see the difference? So that's why it's just not going to work for a long time. Franchise, opening a restaurant, opening a small, even kiosk in the mall, whatever. Traditional business is out of style because the overhead is way high. For example, I invested over $400,000 to open a professional franchise business right in the top mall in a big city. And what I got after that, 2 years to build it. What I got was just a job that making, $5,000 a month. That's a full-time job. I was like, this is not the way to do things, right? So that's not the answer either. Multifamily, what is it? I invested in 100 doors. This deal 200 units. This deal that 300 units. All that's great, but how much cash flow are they actually giving me? How much percentage return? I'm only making 5% of the money I invest in multifamily, and I'm the lucky one. Some people don't even make money from that, right? Because multifamily big deals are very hard to do, and also the market is not that great as well for this anymore, right? So, and if you are doing syndication, you are working with 10 different other investors. You don't have time, you don't have the agreement. It's so hard enough to have two people to agree, much less 5 to 10 different partners, investors, and 50 investors involved. You see, so there's not the ultimate freedom. The question you should ask yourself is, what can I do to get ultimate freedom? I'm talking about money freedom, time freedom, relationship freedom, and location freedom, right? And being a realtor, traditional real estate too, nothing wrong with that. I did that before as well. The thing is, you work nights and weekends, okay? Nights and weekend as a realtor, there's no freedom there. So I was frustrated and I was burnt out and I was trapped. Anybody in here ever feel frustrated, burnt out, and trapped? Exactly, right? And I was lost, I was miserable, I was rock bottom. I was working 60 plus hours a week, right? Full-time job and a side business all the time. So, but that is when I met somebody who gave me an epiphany that forever changed my life. Is what if I don't have to own the property and still make money from it? Leveraging OPP, write that down, other people's property. What if I could rent the vacant home, furnish it, and then just sublease it and make money? Boom, it's bypass all the traditional real estate because, like many of you, I started out buying houses for rental. I quickly found out it took me 3 to 5 years to buy one house, and I was only cash flowing like $300 a month. So, question: if I wanted $10,000 a month back then, which is like $20,000 a month now, how many of those houses do I need to own? 30 houses at least, right? To make $300 a month about. If it took me 3 to 5 years to get a house, how long it take for me to get 30 houses? Like 100 years? Anybody want to wait 100 years? No, right? So that's like, there gotta be a better way. So the better way is, instead of buying the house, rehabbing it, costs a lot of money and time, you simply just renting it. For one house that you buy, you can rent like 10 houses, make $20,000 a month right away with those 10 houses nowadays, and boom, you get freedom. That's the game. That's the strategy. Because the old model where you exchange your time, money directly is outdated. Salary is even worse, because what's the worst trade in the world, guys? Your time for money, right? Salary, they overwork you, they underpay you. And, you know, they told us to put money into a safe place. 50 years from now, if we're still alive and healthy, we can enjoy it, and hopefully it'll still be there. Anybody hear anything wrong with that model? This model is good for the hedge fund manager. I tell you, those guys are the one who, you know, drink the best wine and dine and drive Ferrari and all of that, right? But it usually doesn't work for the common people. Anybody know anybody the common people that actually become multi-millionaire by having all these game plans, like 30-40 years game plan? Of course they are, but even if they do, who can really literally travel and live a life they dream in their 70s and 80s? I mean, you know, most people don't have the time or the energy to do that, right? You can't really enjoy it. I was like, that is not the game plan, right? That's not the plan, guys. What's the new model? You want to create an equitable, scalable business where you do not directly exchange your time for money, guys. You want to earn money in your sleep, literally. How many here want to earn money in your sleep, right? And then you want to reinvest into your business for years to come and have multiple streams of income backed up by real estate. That's the holy grail to financial freedom. Take a screenshot of this, share this with people as much as you can, because this is the holy grail to financial freedom, okay? What is the holy grail for financial freedom? It's not your job, even if you have a doctor, lawyer job, you know, because if something happened to you, what happened to your income? Gone, right? It's like me when I was a pharmacist, right? Who's gonna take care of your family? Nobody, okay? It is not your, you know, restaurant or your one business or whatever where it's required you to be there all the time to make money. No, right? It is not your day trading, whatever it is that you have to be there all the time to make money. That's not it, okay? The holy grail to financial freedom, it was when you don't have to be there and you still make money, and you have clients wire you monthly income, passive income every single month, and they don't even need to see you. Are those like the best dream business? Well, you landing on it, guys. The best business is the landlord business. The clients don't want to see you. I mean, what kind of business where the clients don't need to see you, they don't want to see you, and they wire you monthly income? Rental business. Now, this rental business that we have here is even 10 times better, because we're not dealing with mom and pop, we're dealing with corporate and insurance clients where there's no eviction. Listen to me very carefully. The biggest issue with the rental business is evictions. We have no eviction for the last 10 years doing this. And our clients have an 80-90% extension rate, which we'll go over into that. But right now, the number one thing I want you to get is you gotta have multiple sources of income. If you don't have that and your total income is depending on just your job and your wife's job, that's a very dangerous place. I always ask yourself, if I lose my income today, lose my job today, can I survive for the next 6 months, live anywhere around, you know, that I want? If the answer is no, you really gotta look at what you're doing, right? And if it's not working, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different result, right? To do something different. So I want to applaud you guys for being here. So take a moment, pass out in the back right now for being here, because you are the cream of the crop. You are the difference maker in your family. You are the pace setter. You are the trailblazer of your tribe, okay? For being here. So don't, like, the number one reason why most people are successful is they keep on showing up. So keep showing up for your dreams, your goal, and I honor and I respect that, all right? But this is the holy grail. You have got to have, imagine you have like 10 houses, all right? You have 10 sources of income, and you're making 20, 30K a month. Who here can quit their job? Put down the chat, right? Who here can travel the world? Who here can pursue whatever dream you want to pursue that you have long lost the dream? Okay, don't lose the dream. What is your dream? Put it down in the chat, okay? That is why we are here. So the hardware is definitely on your own, guys. I was confused about picking location, pricing strategy, managing staff. I lost thousands of hours and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars actually, and had to close down more than 10 of these properties, 10 of these deals, right? But the good news is I can save you from these nightmares. The reason why is I had no mentor, no support group, no help with all the little stuff to become a mega host, okay? But even with that, I scaled 20 something Airbnb at a time, and the rest is history. Why is this different? Because this is corporate housing, insurance housing. This is not just Airbnb. This is not vacation rental. Forget everything you learned from that, because this is 10 times better. Why? Because the clients stay for months instead of days. That by itself cut down your workload about 20 times, because our average stay is about 3 to 6 months versus 3 to 6 days. Does that make sense? So your workload automatically cut down by 20, 30 times, and you still making about the same amount of profit as short term, if not even more, because the occupancy rate is like double the short term. You know, some of my short term students just got into class, asked me, hey, how come short term I'm making a lot more per day or per week? Well, yeah, but you got gaps in the whole month. You're only feeling like the weekends, okay, or half the month. Whereas this, you're feeling like 80, 90% of the whole year. You see the difference, right? And then you can make 2 times the market rent while minimize management. That's the key, is freedom. 10 times less management equals 10 times more freedom, right? 10 times less risk and less headache, because this is a business to business. It's not a business to consumer. The regular rental is business to consumer. The mom and pop, they lose their job or something happened in their life, they can just not pay. Well, guess how many evictions we have here in the last 10 years doing this? 0. Exactly. That's incredible, right? Why? Because corporation, insurance company, they have more to lose. So they're not going to do anything to jeopardize their business. They're not going to do anything to jeopardize their, company, right? So that's why, you see. So that's why it's incredible. I haven't heard anybody that been doing in real estate for over 20 years now, actually, and hundreds of properties for corporate clients especially, and have no eviction. That's crazy, right? That is like ideal business. So that's why I'm sharing this, and I'm very passionate about this, and this is all we do because this is the best strategy out there. And also you escape a lot of regulations and tax exempt versus traditional hotel short-term business. Because if you have a short-term vacation business, you gotta pay hotel tax, you gotta pay all kind of tax, and you gotta adhere to all kind of regulations, all kind of permit and all of that. Well, you don't have to worry about that when it's over 30 days stay most of the time, right? So disclaimer, we are not financial legal advisor. This is not financial legal advice. These are real life experience that we have built. That's why we build this community for a reason. The secret is in the community. It's the collective intelligence of hundreds of my members, not just me, okay? So the difference between midterm and short term, midterm is about at least a few months or more, longer than 30 days at least. Short term is less than 30 days, usually the weekend only. So short term, they usually are vacationer, they trash the place, they party, all of that, okay? Whereas midterm tenants are a lot more professional. They are, they have a job, for example, so that's important. A lot of them are relocations as well by the company pay. A lot of them are also insurance families who they have a house, they have insurance, they are responsible citizen, but because their home get damaged, the insurance is covering, now they rent a home, so that way they have a home sweet home away from home, right? So short term for continuous management, so much management. Y'all do a short term rental, every few days you got check in, you got check out, you got like inventory, supplies, all this stuff. It costs you a ton of money every single month. We did the math because we only clean every 3 to 6 months. We only replace the supplies every 3 to 6 months. We're saving about $500 to $600. Let's say at least $500 per house per deal if we just convert from short term to mid term. That's crazy. You know, if you do that math 10 times, that's $5,000 a month profit in your pocket. That's just the savings, guys. And I'm not talking about, you know, the time. The time is craziness if you do a short term, right? Y'all know managing one short term is like equal to manage 10 midterm or corporate housing. It's crazy. So that's why we love what we do. And why do we rent instead of owning? Because for one house that you buy and own, guys, you can rent 10 houses, furnish all 10, and with some money left over, make money from it. You want to make money from 10 houses or one house with the same amount of money, guys, the same amount of investment, right? Because buying a property take a lot of money for the down payment, right? You know, a lot of money for the rehab, right? And then it take a lot of time, like at least 6 months to a year. Whereas renting, you just gotta pay first month rent, first month deposit, and you're in the game. So for one house that you buy, you can do about 10 arbitrage. We call it arbitrage to renting. It's a lot less risk upfront, guys. And you can diversify your risk 10 times. You can test out 10 different markets, 10 different deals. So even if one of them don't work out, you'll be okay. That's only 10% of one of the 10. You get it? But if you put all your money and buy a house, if it doesn't work out, you lose all your money. You see what I'm saying? So instead of doing that, why don't you rent 10 houses, sublet 10, and make money from it, right? The financial freedom formula, month 1, do 1 property, make $2K a month. Month 2, you do 2, now you're $6K. Month 3, you do 2, now you're $10K. In 3 months' time, you can make $10K a month. How many here can quit your, like, at least breathe or have peace, even quit your job if you have $10K a month passive income every single month, right? And if that's not enough, do 2 more a month. By month 6, you have 11, probably make you 20-something K a month. How many here now can retire, travel around the world, and have financial freedom? Most people can, right? With 20, 30K a month. Exactly. This is it. This is exactly what I did to get freedom. This is exactly what we teach people how to do to get freedom. This is what all you need to do. So can you do that? Absolutely. Our track record, our best clients, they did 5 properties within 1 month and makes 15, 20K a month right away and retire on the beach, okay? Our second best client with 2 little kids and a full-time job, she did 4 properties, make 10K a month right away, and the rest in history. Retire in her early 30s. You know, that's the power of freedom. That's the power of what we have. So don't take it lightly at all. Take a screenshot of this, share this, put it on the wall somewhere. This is all you need to do, okay? And the best part is you make this good money as much as doctors make, but you're not working full-time. You're working just a few hours a week, and you have 10 sources of income instead of just 1 source of income. You know, as a pharmacist, a doctor, I was worried all the time. What if I lose my license? What if I make a mistake that's irreversible, right? And I lose everything I worked so hard for all my life. It happened all the time with my friends and other people, right? And once I have like 20 houses, I like, who cares if one of the houses doesn't get booked or one of the houses doesn't get filled or whatever. That's only 5% of my income, you see? So that's why it's powerful, okay? So what is corporate arbitrage? Why are we different? Because it is company. We're dealing with company. We're dealing with insurance. So these are the 4-step method I'll be going over. Every single week is a different focus, right? Today we're going to talk about how to get zero money down strategy, which I will go over that in a little bit here. But these are the 4 steps. All you need to do is the FAST method. Finding the right location is the F. A, ask to sublease. S, set up to stand now. And then T, to tap into corporate clients, okay? So how do you find the right location? Most people will tell you need to do a ton of research, a ton of software, etc. For us, we have the 3 H's strategy, okay, that I want to share with you. Highways, hospitals, and hotels. When you close to 2 highways intersect, hospitals and hotels, most likely it's a great location. Write that down, okay? Why? Because these big company already done their research. They spent millions of dollars into finding the deal and building it close to these hotels and highways. Boom, of course it's a great location. And that's the most important part, you know? So that right there is a gem. You're like that? Took me many, many years to figure that out. I just gave you a gem right there. I hope you caught that. Okay, with that, location is the most important. If you can figure that out, the rest is a lot easier, because location is the only thing you cannot change, right? And then the second thing is the A is ask to sublease. Why do people give you their property to do that? Well, what's in it for them? The biggest key for us, how do we help these brand new people to get financial freedom within 6 months or less? Because we understand leverage. We understand as a team, as a collective, we're always more powerful than the individual. So with our hundreds of members, you can leverage our track record and say, you know, instead of doing this yourself, like I tell everybody, you can do this yourself. It's just gonna take you 10 times longer. It's gonna cost you 10 times more in the long run, and it's gonna be 10 times harder. If you want to do that, be my guest, because one of the first thing they're gonna ask is, hey, I like you, you know, I like you, but what are your track record, right? I like you, Jonathan. I like you, Tanya. You know, I like all you guys, but what is your track record for doing this? The landlord gonna ask you that. And you're gonna be like, it's my first one, my second one. What do you think the chance of succeeding? And pretty slim, right? But with us, you can say ethically, hey, I'm a part of a corporate housing network with hundreds of members, hundreds of property nationwide, combined 20 years experience as elite. So we do it as a team. How would you like to have a whole army, a whole team to help you, right? You ever played team sport? You ever think one person can win against the whole team? No, right? Not even Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. If they play themselves by themselves against the whole team, the other team, they're not gonna win, right? No matter what, right? So that's the biggest thing about entrepreneurship. Most people think it's a one man, one woman show, and that's why most people fail in this business. But it's not. It takes a village. It takes a whole team. If you don't have the team, you don't have the army, leverage us. We already built it for you. Over hundreds of members, hundreds of property, you know, and this is my website. This is my partners. All these are professional websites that we have helped create for our students, right? And each one of these are in almost every major state in the country. So boom, imagine you get lists on there and you get credibility right away, right? And then set up to stand out. How do you set up to stand out? We have all the checklists, all the resources to help you lower the cost of setting it up too. Save you thousands of dollars with the best way to get best furniture, the best way to get set up, so you can tap into the corporate clients. That's the last thing we're look for, okay? So the formula for corporate housing arbitrage, we'll go over this. But right now, what's the easy way to do this? It's to mimic, model, master, and multiply. Mimic somebody else already have done it, model their success, use proven strategy, and then multiply. My one mission, the reason why I do all of this is to help 1 million families get financial freedom. Okay, after I retired when I was 33, retired my mom, my dad, my sister, my grandma too, love them, travel around the world. After a couple of years, I sat on the beach. I'm on the beach right now, the most bougiest beach out there. Ask myself the question, hey, what's my purpose in life now? Because now I got taken care of all my family, right? So God really revealed to me about your purpose is to help 1 million families get financial freedom, break the generational curse, build generational wealth. Who's gonna be one of those families, right? And I said family too because it's the most important unit that's being attacked right now in America, right? So there's a bigger purpose than this, okay? Because after you've, like Tony Robbins talked about this, the need to contribution and the need to grow. Whenever you feel depressed, is you're focusing on yourself too much. Focusing on contributing, focusing on giving, focusing on growing yourself, because progress equals happiness. Write that down, guys. Progress equals happiness. And if you're not financial free in America, you're not really free. So let's get this done as fast as you can, okay? So there's 3 phases of this we will go over with you guys. So, but most important thing is, before we dive into the detail, if all this did to give you the freedom lifestyle, would it be worth it to learn the skill set? Of course, right? Guys, it took me 8 years to learn as the skill set of being a doctor, to make like 150K a year, not that much, but working my 40, 50 hours a week, right? This you can learn within a few months. You can make that even more, working a few hours a week. That's it. And travel around the world. That's the most important thing. So would I trade my 8 years of schooling to learn 8 years of this? If this took 8 years, I would still learn this. You understand? Because this gave me the freedom lifestyle. It's like unplugged from the matrix. There's no word to describe it. You wake up and you're able to do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it, with whomever you want to do it with, for however long you want to do it with. That is indescribable freedom. You get it? There's no word to describe. You just got to experience it, right? And you've probably experienced it on vacation sometime, but how about extending that to 2 months, 3 months at a time, several times a year? Wouldn't that be incredible, right? Exactly. If all this did to give you the skill set to earn 6 figures within the next 6 months passive, would be worth it to do this. Absolutely. We invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into our college, 4 to 8 years, standing in line, for me, eating ramen noodle dollar menu for 8 years, sleep on basement of freezing cold winter of Utah, to get what I got, right? I mean, come on. This you can learn part-time and make amazing freedom, okay? If all this did to give you to spend time with your loved one, really live life on passion, purpose, would be worth it. Absolutely, right? Retire my parents, retire my wife, travel around the world with her, wouldn't change it for anything. So the hard way is you can forget everything I told you, go back to the old way of doing things, and like everybody tell you, put money into 401k, IRA and all of that. Did you know in order for you to make 100K a year, 6 figure, you need $2.5 million invested into the stock market or crypto, whatever? How long will it take for you to save $2.5 million at your current saving rate? You don't have to answer me this, but for me, even at doctor level, it was like never, right? The easy way is to do this a few hours a week. How many in here can do this a few hours a week and make 6 figures? Passive, right? Because you're leveraging everything else. So you can get the minimum amount of input to get maximum output. I always said that. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Warren Buffett said that. Mistake you will make when you live here is not knowing the market, not knowing which is good deal, bad deal, going at it alone, not leveraging mentor their lesson, lack of motivation, lack of accountability, think you know it all. I've done all of this, right? I'm not saying something. I have done all of this. I'm here to tell you, you don't want to do this. These we can save you from, okay? So the most important part is this. What am I offering today? You can put away your credit card. I have nothing to sell you today. All I'm offering you is an opportunity to help you. Because you guys are my loyal followers for a long time, I have opened 5 spots, 1 hour each. How many in here want to have a 1 hour consultation with me? Not for $5,000, which is usually the going rate for it, and people pay that before. Trust me. Even $1,000, no, for free. Okay. The only thing you gotta do is apply. We can't accept everybody because I only had so much time. 5 slots available. That's it. The link, you're gonna drop the link right now from the team. Whoever the first person to apply and you qualify for it will get this 1 hour slot. Okay, that will really change your life. So there's the link, guys. Click on that link, fill it out, do yourself and your family a huge favor, and get on my calendar. I guarantee I can help you. No matter what, I can help you, okay? So never give up on your dreams. And even those 5 slots fill up, it's gone, okay? However, I have my advisor that can give you 20, 30 minutes. So even if anything, it's a win-win for everybody, okay? So, but yeah, if you know that you are serious, click on the link below, get registered, get signed up, and I look forward to talk with you one-on-one, so that way we can go into detail. And I want you to walk away from that strategy session knowing exactly what you need to do in the next 3 to 6 months to get your financial freedom, right? And get free for once and for all, okay? So with that being said, here's a link to all my testimonials as well. Okay. So I'm gonna play a testimonial, and while this play for 2 minutes, I want you, whoever is you are serious, drop down the link in the chat and post on there, and no, and apply for the one-on-one strategy session. For those you watching online, you want to go to my bio, on the bio link in my bio on social media, and click on that link. Okay. But anyway, I'm gonna play this testimonial. So pay close attention.
I'm officially leaving my pharmacist career, the job, next month. I'm gonna be drafting my resignation letter. Well, I have other business endeavor as well. So in addition to that, I'm gonna focus on that and then the corporate housing.
That is awesome. How much are you making now?
Well, on average, $20,000. Last month was my biggest month, of course. I grossed $50,000.
Wow.
First time.
How long did it take you to get there?
9 months now.
How long did it take you to be a pharmacist?
Forever.
I actually got 2 appointments on Tuesday for 2 houses.
Nice.
And I've made a personal goal to at least get 8 houses before the end of the year. And I'm going to do everything I can to beat that number.
That's $20K a month, baby. Let's go.
Started 5 months ago, and since then, an average of 1 every month. I'm at 6 right now. Just talked to another landlord last night. Looks like we'll probably sign number 7 here next week. It's exciting.
All right. How much you be making with this?
About 12,000 a month.
12,000 a month. Yeah. It's so peaceful, man. Look at this guy. He's glowing. He's glowing. He got money all over his face, man.
I've been doing about 1 a month, but I think in the next 12 months, I want to do 20 in the next 12 months.
We helped him make that happen, by the way, and he's a truck driver with no experience, no credibility, no credential, nothing. Okay, so if a truck driver can make this happen, you can do it as well. Okay.
Realtor in San Antonio. Life before was good, but life now is great. I started in mid-May or something like that. Got my property in June. Took about 2 weeks, furnished it, launched it. Less than 24 hours after that, I got a booking, and I've been 100% booked ever since.
Let's go. And how much profit are you making on that property per month?
I net about $3K a month from that property.
Yeah, you're not really doing much of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. The network you provide, man. The tools you provide, people we're around. We teach us so much knowledge, man.
I met Dr. Chau at one of the Tony Robbins events, and he told me about this business, so I decided to take action right away. My wife really loved this idea. It took me about a couple of weeks. I got the place fixed up. It looked good. The first house, I averaged about $7,000 profit.
A month, by the way.
A month. I really like the program. Everything is good. I'm working on my second property. It's just that because I've been doing it for 3 months, so if I would have had 3 houses, I probably would have had another 50K or something in my pocket. This is it's good money, easy money. You'll be in some beach somewhere and just getting paid, so that's cool.
I am a student with Dr. Chau's mentorship. We finally got our rentals, our arbitrage, so everything's going good. We got our bookings, and yesterday we joined the elite. Honestly, with this, we get to know everything Dr. Chau knows. We get to be personal friends with him. It's so much like education, because the value, it's way more than what he says. And in my opinion, it's the greatest thing that he's gonna do for everyone in this room. Thank you, Dr. Chau.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
Let's go. There you go. So you're 15 years old, a single mom too in the beginning, from Africa, by the way, can do this. I'm sure you can do it as well. All right. So right now, let's ask any questions. Any questions in the chat here? I'm gonna linger out here to answer questions, but I'm gonna go over zero money down strategy next. So don't go anywhere. We're gonna go into, the longer you stay, the more, the better it's gonna be. That I can guarantee, because I value your loyalty, I value your time. I don't take it lightly at all, and I want to reward people who stay with us. Okay, so any questions here? Any questions here? Put down in the chat. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna go over about zero money down strategy as well. For those you don't have a lot of resources, I can understand. Don't worry, I have a strategy for you that will blow your mind. What type of property do you target 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom, single family home in nice suburban neighborhood. Okay. So yes, there you go. We're talking about corporate housing, arbitrage, and zero money down strategy to get 6 figures without owning any properties. So any other question? What is your dream, your goal? Put down the chat too. What is it you want to do if time and money are no object for you? Where we want to go, where we want to travel to. There's another question, how do you price your listing after signing the lease? So usually you can charge 2 times the rent of the vacant house. Let's say a vacant house is $3,000 to rent. Well, you would double that to $6,000 and you will rent out to company for $6,000. Why they pay that much? Because it's still a lot cheaper than them renting 4 hotels for their staff of 4. It's still cheaper than the insurance family, because insurance paying for it. So the fair market value is about 2 times, sometimes 2.5 times more than the average rent. Okay, so that's why it's called arbitrage. Is you will rent for $3,000, but you sublet for $6,000. So minus expenses, you're still making $2,000 a month. Make sense? Sometimes you make more than that. If you're in California, New York, yeah, absolutely, right? Live abroad, exactly, right? Travel around the world, whatever you want to do. How much you charge for your 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom? Depending on the area. There's so many around the countries, right? If the area, the market rent for the area, the vacant market rent is $3,000, you would double that, charge $6,000. If the market rent is only $2,000, then you would double that and charge about $4,000. If the market rent is $5,000, then you would charge $10,000. You see, so that is a rule of thumb. There's a lot more detail when you go into pricing strategies and all of that, but that's for my coaching clients where we go into a lot more detail. Right now, I want to go over a zero money down strategy that you can do this anywhere in America. How do you do co-hosting? The zero money down strategy here is meaning you can either do co-hosting or managing other people's property. Why? Because you don't have to put any money down. It's zero money down. Because, for example, let's say a house you can rent for $3,000, you can usually subleases for $6,000. As a manager, you can charge about 20% of the $6,000. So 20% of the $6,000 is $1,200. So you're making $1,200 a month, almost passive income for one house that you do. Minus utility, minus vacancy, total net rent to the owner is $3,700. So the owner is still making total $1,000 in cash flow instead of just $300. Because traditional rental, you gotta understand, traditional rental only make about 10%, which is about $300. Now you're helping them to make $1,000, right? So you are tripling their cash flow, right? So the pitch to the landlord is, hey, how would you like to double or triple your cash flow while I do all the work? Question, if you're a landlord out there and I come to you and I ask, hey, if I double or triple your cash flow and I do all the work, you want to be open to a conversation about it? Of course, right? Exactly. So that's why it's the best pitch. It's pretty easy close once you know what you do. You have a credibility. The reason why is, again, for most long-term landlord, they're only making a few $100 a month. Now you're helping them making $1,000 a month. That's tripling their cash flow. Make sense? And you also make $1,000 a month. Why not? It's a win-win for both. It's corporate clients' money. It's company money. It's insurance money anyway. Spread the wealth. Make it a win-win for both. And you have a long-term partnership that will give you more properties. There are some partners that gave me 10 properties over the last 8 years, and some of the property I still have for arbitrage, other people's property, leveraging other people's property. Sounds good? Exactly. So, solving the landlord issue. If the owner manages the property, these are the problems that the landlord is having. Tenants can squat at the property 3 to 12 months of eviction, take time a lot of time, a lot of money, right? Maintenance of the property, a lot of work. You guys are property owners, you know. Sometimes you got to go out there and fix the toilet yourself, right? Because it's a lot of maintenance, a lot of money, and you're not making a lot of profit because every time somebody move out, you got to spend $10,000-$20,000 to renovate the whole place if you're the property owner. Now, when we manage it, because we are making a lot of money from the company, we have money to hire a professional to maintain the property on a daily basis. So therefore, when they move out, it's not a big rehab job. You get it? And also with zero evictions, you're not gonna lose a lot of profit like traditional rental. It's a big headache when that happens. It's literally zero eviction for the last 10 years with hundreds of properties. That's unheard of in the rental business, right? Why? Because corporate clients have more to lose. You know, they're not going to mess around and risk a lawsuit or something, right? For millions of dollars, when they can just cut you a check and pay you 20, 30,000 and that's it, be done with it. You see? So that's why zero eviction. That is an incredible opportunity, if not the best opportunity out there. You get it? And then we can hire, because of the extra profit margin, we can hire a professional, plumber, AC guy, all of that, fix the property, maintain the property, and boom. It's a win-win for everybody. You get it? So that is why this business is a win-win for both the landlord and for you. And don't like pick and choose your landlord. You are not begging them. They should be begging you after they know what you can do for them, because you're gonna take care of their property like it's your own. You're gonna be the best and last tenant they ever have. You basically manage their property for them, right? So, I mean, why not? You see? So make sure it's the right fit for you as the partner. And once you know what we know, we are pick and choose our landlord, not the other way around. Okay? I want landlords to be begging you to take over their property, all right? Because they don't know what they're doing, and you do through our mentorship, right? So that's the pitch. How would you like to double or triple your cash flow while I do all the work? Okay. Remember, you only need a couple of landlords to achieve financial freedom, because once a landlord see one deal is successful, they have other deals for you. They have other family members with other properties for you. You see? So don't ever give up, guys. And manage and scale after that. Okay. So book a free consultation call with us if you haven't already. The link's in the chat. And like I said before, I'm giving 5 spots only, 1 hour consultation. Usually I charge $5,000, but it's free now, especially for this event. So take advantage of that. Book a call. The link's in the chat. Okay. What is the difference between arbitrage and co-hosting? Arbitrage versus co-hosting. Arbitrage, you re-rent the property. It says sublet. You know, you rent the property, you furnish it, and then you re-rent it. Co-hosting or partnering is you manage the property. So you're not renting it. You're not on the hook for the lease. Okay? Arbitrage, you gotta pay first month rent, first month deposit plus furniture, about 12 to 15K to do a deal. Co-hosting, you don't need to pay any of that. Okay, zero money down strategy. Okay, now keep in mind, arbitrage is still 10 times better than buying real estate traditionally, because it takes forever to do it that way, right? And there's a lot of cash flow. But with arbitrage, it's still 10 times better than traditional real estate. With co-hosting, the risk is 10 times less. Okay. Now, here's the caveat, is the profit. Co-hosting, you're only making about half the profit of the arbitrage. It makes sense, because the more risk, the more reward, right? You risk a little bit more with arbitrage, but you're making a lot more reward. With co-hosting, you make about half the reward, about $700 to $1,600 a month, depending on where you're at in the country. Okay, arbitrage can make $2,000 to $3,000 per month for a property, sometimes even more. You have one of my students making $7,000 for one property. The risk, arbitrage, first month deposit, 1 month rent. Furniture is still yours, so you can actually move to another house. So you're not really risking the furniture, remember that, okay? Co-hosting, you're not really risking much at all. Okay, I mean, it's really some time, right? And that's it. So the risk is very minimal when you do co-hosting or partnership or management. Arbitrage, yes, you are risking 5 to 10K, but remember the reward. The biggest thing I learned from my billionaire mentor is asymmetrical risk to reward ratio. Listen very carefully, guys. Y'all ever do fix and flip rehab? It's like the worst risk to reward ratio, because you're risking, let's say 100K, 50K for the down payment, 50K for the rehab. You're risking 100K to make what? 100K. That's a 1-to-1 ratio for traditional real estate. Make sense? For arbitrage, you're only risking 5 to 10K to make 50, 100K. So your reward is 10 times the risk, because usually you're gonna have that property for 3 to 5 years. So your reward is 10 times the risk. There's somebody in the waiting room, right? My team. So that's why your reward is 10 times the risk. So therefore, you only need to be right 1 out of 10 times for the arbitrage to make it work. How many here can be right 1 out of 10 times? Anybody, right? With traditional real estate, you gotta be right 100% of the time, because every time you're wrong, you're not losing 5 to 10K, guys. You're losing 50 to 100K with traditional real estate. You see the difference? The risk is way too much with traditional real estate, and the risk to reward ratio is whack. That's why most people who do fix and flip rehab, they usually go broke every 10 to 15 years. That's according to statistics. A lot of my billionaire mentor, not because of anything, because the risk to reward ratio sucks. That this one thing that I told you can change the course of your life forever. You really listen, okay? This is the number one way for most people make it big. Like I'm talking about the DECA millionaires to the billionaire level, right? Because they always look at the risk to reward ratio, and this business gives you 10 times the reward versus the risk. And you get there 10 times faster, 10 times less risk, because you diversify your risk 10 different ways, 10 different markets instead of just one. So why not do it? Why not give it a shot? Everybody asks why all the time. Why do this? Why be all you can be? Why study hard? Why be an overachiever? The best answer to that is why not, right? Why not be all you can be? Why not test all the limits? Why not, become mega successful, the only one in your family that everybody look up to? Why not? Why not you, and why not now? Okay. And then last thing is scale. So arbitrage, yeah, you slower to scale. It's still 10 times faster than traditional real estate for scaling, absolutely. But compared to co-hosting, it's a lot slower, because you still need the initial capital to pay for 1 month rent, 1 month deposit, and furniture, anywhere from 12 to 15K. With co-hosting or partnering, you don't have to put any of that money down. You literally scale 10 times faster with no capital, okay? So what is the financial freedom formula? Month 1, do 1 property, make 2K a month. Month 2, you do 2 more. Month 3, you do 2 more. Now you're at 10K a month in 3 months. Month 6, you had 22K a month by doing 2 properties a month. Most people, how many in here can, retire or travel around the world, have absolute freedom with 20K a month to 30K a month? After 6 months, usually you can do that, right? That is incredible, guys. You know how long it takes for you to make 20K a month off of your long-term investment? Usually a lifetime. Like I'm talking about 40, 50 years if you do everything right. Here you can do it in 6 months. Why? Because you understand the secrets that I told you, all these gems along the way. I hope you get it. Holy Grail financial freedom is multiple sources of income backed up by real estate, marinated with our community, our track record, so that way you can get property, leverage other people's property, and the connections to corporate clients and insurance clients that we have. So that way, boom, you get the return right away. You get the booking right away. You get money right away, right? And if that's not enough for you, do 2 more a month. By month 12, you have $50,000, about $50,000 a month. That's more than most surgeons make, okay? The best part is once you set it up, what's there to do with your client? Nothing. It's not like any kind of other business like restaurant, dry cleaning, hair, whatever. You have to be there for your client to make money. You have to see your client. This is the only business where you don't have to see your client and they still wire you monthly income. They don't even want to see you. They want their privacy. I love it, right? That means more freedom for you. You guys get it? Okay? So that's why this is the best business. I honestly believe this is like the best business, the best strategy to do for long-term business, because AI is hacking everything right now, right? The 5 years from now, all the job, all the everything that are gonna be totally different. But the one difference, the one thing that will pretty much stay pretty similar now is where you and I be sleeping tonight. That's the one thing that AI cannot hack, okay? Because everybody need their own bed. Everybody need their own room, their own space. The more successful they are, the more space you want. That's just something AI cannot hack, okay? So that's why I totally believe this is the best, most secure, the best strategy for you to get financial freedom for the rest of your life, okay? Everything else, you might make a ton of money, but then it will never come back again, or it's not consistent, right? Like drop shipping or day trading or multi-level marketing. All these things are gonna be hacked. Even if you're a doctor or lawyer, guys, AI can replace you. You know that within 5-10 years, most of the doctor or lawyer are gonna be replaced, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind. The one thing they cannot replace is if you have 10, 20 houses renting it out, how can AI replace that? Get it? So it's very important for you to do this now, have a sense of urgency, now, because time is of the essence. With co-hosting, the financial freedom formula, instead of making 2K a month, you're making 1K a month, okay? So month one, just do one property, get your feet wet, understand the deal. By month 3, you should have 5 property making 5K a month. By month 6, you should have 11 property making 11K. And in a year, you should have 20-something property making 20-something K a month, and you can retire, travel around the world. That's it. Sounds good? Now with co-hosting, you can do more than just 2 property. You can do 3 property, right? Because it's a lot less work, it's less investment, less effort. So with 3 property, you really take this on steroid. In 6 months, you have 16 property making 16K a month. In 12 months, you have 34 property making 34K a month without any of your money down. Sounds good? That is incredible, guys. So again, if you haven't already, I see my calendar is filling up very quickly. So you want these last couple spots left for my calendar, book that free call right now. And again, if you don't get me, I will guarantee you have one of my advisors to give you at least 20-30 minutes. So either way, you're gonna win, okay? So do yourself and your family a favor and get the right help before you do anything else, because otherwise you're gonna make 10 times more mistake. I tell everybody, yes, you can do this yourself. It's gonna cost you 10 times more in the long run. It's gonna, cost you maybe 10 times more frustration and headache, which costs you the relationship, which is the more important thing, is the relationship with your time with your family and your friends and your loved one. Okay, that's the real thing. And it's going to be 10 times harder if you do this yourself versus do it with us. So if you want to do that, do it yourself. That's it. Then you don't need us. Then you don't need to be here, actually. But if you are here, why not take the next step forward and find out for yourself how far the rabbit hole goes, like the Matrix, right? So that way I can help you to get financial freedom. Instead of just thinking about it, talking about it, how many more of these videos do you need to watch for you to take action toward your dreams? I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's hard, but are there anything gonna change if you're not gonna change? Are there anything gonna be different if you don't do something different? No. But things gotta change, you gotta change, right? But things gotta be different, you gotta do something different. So here's your opportunity here. My billionaire mentor, I have several. One of them, I asked, what's your secret to great, amazing success? He done a $3 billion company, not just one. He said, the winner recognize opportunities, but they also recognize there's a windows of opportunity. It's not gonna last forever, okay? And once you seize it, the difference between winners and losers, winner see the opportunity and seize it with all their might and take it by the helm and take advantage of the biggest opportunity in their life and make things happen. That's why my students, boom, within a few months get financial freedom, because those are the winners I'm talking about. I'm giving you the secret right now, okay? Like Warren Buffett said, the biggest mistake of his career is not the mistake of, actually getting the deal and make a mistake. No, it's actually sucking on his thumb, being scared. Even Warren Buffett gets scared, okay? Where he know he should invest in the deal, do the deal, but he didn't because he was scared. Don't let fear hold you back. That's the biggest enemy is fear, okay? But what's to fear when you know the alternative? The alternative to all of this is the worst thing you can do is just work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, never see anything, never do anything different, live a life of quiet desperation for 40, 50 years, and have the disappointment look of your loved one, of all the empty promises that you made them. Now that is something I cannot live with, right? That is something that scares me. So use that instead of being fearful of your bright future, being fearful of the pain that you are in. The pain, are you just sick and tired of being sick and tired forever, right? And once you say it's done, I have enough, I'm gonna change, that's when things happening for you, okay? And we are here to help you every step of the way. So again, finding the right location, hotels, hospital, and highway. Remember that, that's very important. You have that right, a lot of time it will be work out for you, okay? As to sublease, we understand how to do it. We have the script for that. And why not? Why not let the landlord know that we're gonna be the best tenant? What are some key when you talk to a landlord? Number one, hey landlord, we are professional. We have corporate clients. We will take care of your property like it's our own. We get professionally cleaned every few months. We pay for it. Any maintenance under $200 a month, we're gonna pay for it. We're not gonna, call you in the middle of the night. We're gonna do everything we can like it's our own property because it's our business. Now, if you're a landlord and I come to you and offer you all these things, wouldn't you even just have an open mind to have a conversation? If not, then it's not for you, right? You see what I'm saying? That's why it's a no-brainer for our students, because we train them on giving value, giving the most value to the landlord. So that's just a no-brainer for them. And then you can pick and choose your landlord. Because my goal is for you to be the best and last tenant, the best and last land partner to these landlords ever. So that way they can give you more property, give you more source of income, you see? And you can leverage our track record when you part with us, and it's a no-brainer after that, right? And how do you set up to stand out? So this is another class. Come back for that. We don't have time to go into that. But yeah, tap into corporate clients, okay? Any questions so far? Oh, the formula, important. First month rent, first month deposit for arbitrage model, sublease model. You need about 5 to 7K depending on where you're at in the country. Furniture, without help, instead of spending 15, 20K, you can do about 7 to 9K. Save you a lot of money with furniture. So the total is about 12 to 15K. But remember, you make 2 to 3K a month right away. You don't have to wait a year to buy the property, to rehab it and all of that, and lose a year of your money tied up. No, you make money on literally week one if you do it right, okay? So you make 2 to 3K a month. 6 months later, you make your money back, and you double your money within the first year. If you double your money, that's 100% return. 100% return on your money. How many here want 100% return on your money? How many of them are making, what kind of return are you making at the bank, right? 1%? What kind of return are you making in the market? 10%, maybe 20%, you're lucky. Warren Buffett makes 20% a year. He's the best guy on Wall Street, right? Why is this so much more return? Because we understand how to leverage other people's properties, leverage other people, the professional, to do the plumbing, to do the handyman work and all of that for you. leverage our knowledge, our understanding, our connections, so therefore you get the return right away, right? And the best part is you are in full control of your business. You're not giving your money. Here's a question, here's a great question. Can anybody control the stock market? Can anybody control the crypto market? Any kind of market out there? No, nobody can control that, right? And yet we're putting money in there and praying every day for giving the return that we want, okay? This you can control, because let's say you can open more houses. Once you know the skill set, you can open another house like this out thin air. So even if one property is not performing well for whatever reason, you know, even a tornado hit or whatever, you can still open another property how fast? Like this. You get it? And that will replace it like this. You get it? So that is why the skill set is so important for you to know how to fish and not just put money randomly somewhere and pray for it to work, you know? And you're not in full control of it. Some deals you can't even get money out. Like some of my multi-family deal, I put money in 100K here and there. I can't even take money out now, right? I have no control of that money. And they're giving me like 5% return, which I'm grateful, but I can make 100% return here. Does that make sense? So I encourage you to really, really take this seriously and change your life, okay? The formula for co-hosting: 0 initial expense, 0 furniture. You don't have to put money down for that, okay? So 5 property can earn you about 5 to 8K a month, 3,500 to 8K. So about, the easy math is 1K per month per property, give or take, okay? You want to do the easy math. So you want 10K, do 10 property. You do 2 properties a month, you get there in 5 months with this. Remember, this is no money down. So what's your return if you put no money down and you make money from it? Isn't that infinite return? Is that amazing? I just gave you guys the secret to get infinite return. How many want to get infinite return? This is it, right? This is it. Look no further. So if you want to learn more about this, you want to analyze your market, go into the detail, book a free call with us. That's when I really have time to go dive deep in your local deals, your local market, your situation, and devise a customized strategy for you. So that way you know exactly what to do, walking out of that meeting, feeling empowered, knowing exactly what to do to get financial freedom within 3 to 6 months. Sounds good? All right. So book that call you haven't already, and I will answer any questions now. We are the oldest community for midterm rental corporate housing, period. Before I went viral on social media, nobody even know about midterm rental. I was want to tell everybody about this whole industry, and therefore the term got coined because everybody started knowing about it, start calling it midterm, okay? Is the older name for it would be corporate housing. Corporate housing been around for a long time. Insurance housing been around for a long time, okay? So that's why. Okay, so our advisor, a graduate of our mentorship, okay? That's the most important thing. We are the largest nationwide corporate housing network in America, period. You know, one of the largest corporate housing network in America, okay? And we are here to help you because we have a lot of partners, a lot of coaches all over the nation, okay? That can help you. So what does it look like? Number one, for those people who are serious and interested in what we do, number one, you gotta get rid of any fear or limiting belief that hold you back from your success, okay? That's number one. Number two is to help you to do the fast method so you can start your business fast, okay? Number three is give you the weekly mentoring to help you focus. Weekly mentorship is so important, guys, okay? We have that for you every single week, 2 times a week, 3 times a week. Boom. And you're not only learning from me, but hundreds of my members community. We actually put you in a group chat of hundreds of plus my community who we vetted every single one because we don't just accept everybody. And you have a question, imagine you have a question, you pop it in there, you have answer right away within the day instead of waiting many days, many years to figure that out, and lose a lot of money from it, right?
I'm
There you go.
officially.
Okay, so I'm gonna give time for some questions here. Any other questions here while I play this quick testimonial for you? So here's a link to my testimonial page. Probably link in the chat for people. Okay, you're welcome to watch it. I have so many testimonials from all different walk of life, So yeah, super excited for you guys. Let me play this.
I want to introduce somebody very special, amazing, awesome student who's working 50 hours a week with 2 little kids. It's really blown my mind how working moms can also build a side business that within months able to make 6-figure income. Now she have 20 properties, 20 corporate housing, generating more than doctors make. And also travel. She travel, take vacation almost every single month. I'm just so happy and grateful to have her here. It's Coach Ann.
Hi guys, I'm Ann. To be correct, I'm actually having 21 properties. It wasn't that I'm taking vacation every month, but actually every week. I won't be able to do all that without doing the corporate housings.
I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time on Instagram because for me, I'm thinking if I'm going to invest, I want to make sure that I invest wisely because I worked hard for my money, right? And so I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time. Our life has just been so much easier with corporate housing. With our one house for the last months, we've spent honestly the entire time 5 hours within these last 5 months. So an hour a month, guys, honestly.
What I like is the access. Having access to Dr. Chau, the coach. I got his phone number. I can call him for anything. You got to make time or get on their schedule, but Dr. Chau is ready to answer my call if I need it. I haven't yet, but I have faith and know that he will pick up. So that's a big bonus. I tested him. When I say test him, I test his character, and that's what I like about Dr. Chau. He's a real guy. That's why I appreciate Dr. Chau and the program. So
it has been a learning experience for us because it's a whole new business. We also come from corporate America, college and real estate. All of that was completely new for us. I had a hard time with making the phone calls, but you guys said, it's just important to just go for it and make the calls. And we did. We jumped on it, started making phone calls. And after that, it really only took 2 or 3 phone calls. We got our first property in September. We went to go meet the property owner, and he's like an investor. And when he met us right away, we introduced ourselves, met him in person, shook his hand. Felt like we were family. He never did a background check on us, credit check, nothing. He signed the lease that night. Definitely a blessing. And then we had our house listed within 2 weeks after that. He actually referred us to an investor friend. So our second property that we got, they offered it to us. We listed it on a Wednesday, and by Friday we had 3 inquiries, and it's booked for 3 months now. This house that we got now, we rented for $1,895. I think with the insurance, we're charging $4,200 per month.
We have faith in this program, and we're happy with the coaches. Been really great to us. We're excited to get our 3rd and 4th property by the end of the year, hopefully.
Let's go.
Within the first month of joining the program, we had a baby. The next month, we onboarded 3 houses. What is your excuse? Let's get on board.
So last year, Kathy went to our event like this, just sitting in your seat. She had 1 property where she was struggling with short-term rental, blah, blah, blah. And now fast forward, we're a year now. How many properties you have now? 6. On average, $2K a month for properties. You're making 6-figure income, man, in 1 year.
Right now, I have 3 properties.
Awesome. And how much you make average per property per month?
About 3 to 3.5 per property.
$3,000 to $3,500 per property. So, man, you're killing it. And those 3 properties making almost $10K a month.
I started my program last September. I started with nothing, had just enough money to get 1 house. Now I'm at 9 houses. I took 5 houses last October. My gross annual right now per month is about $65,000 a month.
This is one of the best masterminds I've been to. I've formed a lot of great relationships, partnerships, just from this one weekend. Better concepts of how to do this business, what to say, how to do it, who to do it with, who not to do it with.
Thank you, Dr. Chau. Thank you for this event. I felt truly at home. My heart is in peace. I trust.
All right. So you make the landlord furnish the house in California. if you know what I know, it's a no-brainer for the landlord. Okay, because you're gonna show them triple market return, double, tripling their return. So why not? Why not invest in the properties? Why not invest in the furniture, right? If they can double or triple their return, of course they can, right? So that's why it works. Okay. All right. Let me see. How do you get an access to insurance rental market? Okay, so that's $1 million question right there. We have tested everything under the sun with corporate housing and insurance housing. Okay, not just me, but my team of hundreds of members. Okay, so we have found out of thousands of resources, there's really a few dozens that actually give you consistent, predictable corporate and insurance clients. So that list is only reserved for our students. Okay, now if you want to be a part of us, book a call, go through the interview, and see if it's a good fit for us as well. And then we, by invite only, for people who to be part of our community. So yeah, congratulations on that rental property that you have. Okay. Disco, say the name. What is that? Not sure what I mean. Okay. All right. Any other questions, guys? Yeah. Okay. Any market that you want me to look at real quick? I can do a quick market analysis and let you know as well. Okay. Do you do apartment? We do. I did for a long time, but I'm here to tell you, single family home is better. Single family home is a lot better. Okay. Now, does it work in apartment? Absolutely. But there's a lot of regulations, plus you don't make as much. So yeah, definitely, single family home in a nice suburban neighborhood is where it's at. Okay. So keep that in mind. And let me go and look at Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, so Memphis, Tennessee is the good news is overall it's a good market for this business. Seattle is good too. Most of the major city we can definitely do this on. Okay, but for right now, let's look at the highways going to Memphis. Okay, these highways, two highway intersect. That's what you need to look at. You want to look at where the hospitals are. Okay. So there's some hospital in downtown. You want to avoid downtown. You want to go out in the loop. What's the next loop out here? This loop out here with a bunch of highway crossings. So pay attention to these highways intersection. Like these two hospitals at this highway here. So I am interested in that area more. Okay. You don't want downtown much because there's a lot of regulation, a lot of politics, no parking. So when you're looking for hotels, as you can see here, we have a bunch here in each of these intersection with the highway intersection, you see? So looks like a lot of them are down here in this area. So this could be a good area right here, that you can do it with. There's also healthy, that I'm teaching you a bonus, right? You guys stay longer. So another one is healthy food. It's not an age, it's a bonus, okay? So healthy food, like what do you call it? Whole Food, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, wholesale, what do you call it? Not wholesale, Whole Food, and Yeah, those are amazing places, right? So you see, there's Whole Food and Trader Joe right here. This is a good market, a good area. So along this highway here, you see a lot of good food that are healthy, which means people have money, they can pay for that. So this circle right here that I'm circling is a great market for you, right there. So looking for 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom in those area, call the landlord, do the pitch, and boom, do 2 properties a month, and that's it. And this is a lot easier than any wholesaling out there. By the way, wholesaling with you calling to distress people to get distressed prices for a discount at 50% off. I mean, who want to do that? Nobody. They're gonna cuss you out, right? Those that you do wholesaling or fix and flip, you know, it's so hard to find a deal, right? But with this, you are calling landlord who are wanting to rent their property. They want to talk to you. They want to rent their property. They want to make money, right? So it's a very warm call, easy call to do, okay? You're welcome. How do you look for corporate housing? What about Philadelphia? Philadelphia is a great market for sure. So yes, Seattle, absolutely. Seattle is a great market too. So when you look at Seattle here, okay, and then you look at where there's the hospital and the highway lies, right? That's the hospital. Then there's the hotels. Look at the hotels, okay? Boom, hotel all along here, along up here as well, okay? Good, and then healthy food, healthy grocery food, boom. There's Whole Food here, there's Whole Food here, you know? So, yes, of course, this area will be best right here, Belleville, Seattle, okay? Now, I'm just saying where is the best market for you to expand in. If your property is not in the best area, it still can do okay. It still do very well actually compared to traditional real estate. And that's why, you know, want to book that one-on-one course. I can go over every detail with you while I'm on that call with you, because this is very quick. I gotta honor everybody's time here, so I can't go into detail too much, okay? Yes, you stay in the insurance house, your house caught fire, yeah, exactly, you see? So that's why this business works, because insurance is obligated to pay, right? Insurance is obligated to pay. Okay, guys, we are good. So for those of you who want me to do this personally with you, one-on-one, book a call on my calendar. This is the last call. The link is in the chat. Save it if, you know, you want to access it later, because this is how you get to me. This is the only way you can get to me, okay? So, and I only do this, you know, 5 spots, this 5 spots for this week. Once it's gone, it's gone. So take advantage of it right now, okay? But other than that, we won't end anything except for being a peak state. So everybody put their hands in and count down with me 10 to 1 and celebrate freedom. I want you to imagine as if everything work out in your favor. You know, if close your eyes right now, put your hand on your heart actually, right now, for just 1 minute, and imagine what are 3 things you are grateful for today, okay? Who are the 3 people most important in your life that you want to take care of? And imagining them smiling at you, so proud of you, so happy that you did this business. And a year from now, imagine this is a year from now, and you are making 20, 30K, 40, 50K a month, passive income. Now you're able to travel the world, have all the time freedom, all the money freedom, all the relationship, location freedom, anywhere around the world. Where will you go? Where will you travel to? Who is with you? How you feel now that your loved one is so proud of you? Look at their eyes. They're so proud of you. They love you. This is your spouse. This is your mom, your son, your daughter, your aunt, uncle, whoever. Who are they? Who are these 3 people that will love you? If you don't have 3, just focus on 1. Because you got to do more for that 1 person than you do for yourself. So focus on your dreams, guys. And then what are 3 dreams that you always wanted to do that you haven't gone? What vacation, what dream destination that you always want to take your family on? All expensive, world-class trip, for example, to Santorini, that would may happen, you know, to Costa Rica, to Paris, Bali, Australia, Egypt, wherever. Where is it for you? And then what will you do for your loved one? Is it like paying off your mom's mortgage, for example, or taking over her monthly expense? Give your wife the most amazing resort, 4 seasons. I recommend that. That's an amazing resort. Okay, incredible. 5-star resort experience. What will it be? How will you feel? Now that you have absolute freedom. Never forget this, right? And from this state, I want you to count down and then celebrate as if your life depending on it. Celebrate as if you already accomplished it, because your mind don't know the difference between imagination and real. And if the more you condition your mind to believe this, the more you're gonna make it happen. Okay, so do it with me. Count down with me. Everybody unmute themselves and do this. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, freedom! Yes, 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 yes. Woo, yes. You are free now. Absolute freedom. Go out there. Never forget your dreams, guys. Make it happen. We are always here to help you. If we can help you at anything, send us a DM. Focus on your dream, your goal, and see you on the call on the next one. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.